What is up, my dear friend? My name is Tyler Joe Stratton, and welcome to the Happy Heart Academy podcast. Today, we are talking about the 4 big ideas or the 4 tips on how you can go about getting out of the funk. Basically, what I mean by that is how you can start to feel better right now, today. These are the things that I do on a consistent basis to basically help me create a greater sense of happiness in my life so that I can, feel better today. That's the goal behind this episode. So if you're in a funk, or if you know someone in a funk, or if you're just struggling and you just can't seem to pick yourself back up, well, then this episode is going to be for you. But before we get started, thank you for being here. I am so grateful that you're here today and you are focusing on yourself and choosing you, because when we heal ourselves, we can then heal other people. And when we heal other people, we can begin to heal the world and make this world a better place. So today, like I said, we're talking about giving you 4 big ideas on how you can start to get out of the funk. And, there's so many times, especially after you go through a heartbreak, a breakup, a divorce, where you just feel like you're stuck. You just feel like you can't get out of the funk, like you don't want to do anything. You don't have the mood to do anything. You don't have the drive. You don't have the motivation. You don't have the will. You don't have the mindset, the determination, the commitment. You just don't. You're just basically in survival. Life is just challenging right now. And it's like when the time does come and you're like, you know what? I'm feeling good today. I feel a little bit better today. I'm ready to pick myself up. And you're not sure how. Well, that's what this is going to help you understand, because I've been there too. I've been there, and I've been in a place where I'm like, you know what? I'm just not feeling it today. How do I continue to show up every single day and give, serve, love. How do I continue to love, lead, and serve every single day, even when I don't feel like it? Like literally, I just got back from the doctor's office because I have been having excruciating back pain. So I had to get on some prescriptions to help deal with the pain, as well as a muscle relaxer, so that I can fight through how bad this back pain has been. Like it's just causing me a total, I'm just irritable. You know what I mean? Like, I might not sound like I am right now, but I'm so irritable because I've been dealing with this pain for months on end. So we've been trying to digest what's going on. And when I feel like I'm in the funk and I know that I still have to show up and give effort and love and lead and show up for my team and show up for my wife and show up for myself and show up for, your boss or whatever it may be, whomever it may be. How do you still show up? How do you still put on the hat of service and show up and be happy, loving, joyous, caring, committed? Well, that's, what I hope to just help you uncover here in these 4 big ideas. So, like I said, if you're just struggling, like we all do, like I am right now, like my lower back pain is just excruciating. And I've been trying everything. I'm not trying to get off topic here, but I've been trying everything to get out of pain. I've been stretching, not supposed to work out for the next 7 to 10 days. I'm on muscle relaxers, and I'm also on some type of relief pain inflammation kind of pill or something like that. Not exactly sure what it's called, but nonetheless, I don't like taking those things, but this pain just sucks, and it's like, takes a lot out of me. When you have to fight through pain, it just drains you. It doesn't matter if it's physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain. It just drains you. You're just left feeling exhausted. You just don't even want to. You don't even want to cook. You just want to go out and eat, and you just want to lay on the couch. You just want to binge watch, the new House of Dragons. You know what I mean? You just kind of want to sit back, relax, don't worry about work, and just take care of you. And I wish this world would eventually evolve into a world where we did have days that we could just focus on ourselves and be like, I need a me day. I just need a me week, without going on vacation. Just like, I just want to be lazy for the next week, call off work and just be lazy for the next week. That should be allowed so that we can get our mental mindset right, so that we can, get out of the funk and just start to feel better. Sometimes that's what we need. We just need a little bit of a reset, and so today, if you need that reset, I hope that this episode finds you and you, it helps you. That's the goal. So welcome to the Happy Heart Academy podcast. I hope you enjoy this episode, because today we're getting into it right now with the big idea number 1. If you are in the funk and you want to change the way that you feel emotionally, energetically, physically, mentally, then you need to focus on changing, number one, your physiology. Changing your physiology is going to do you incredible things. It's going to transform you completely. Anytime that I feel like I'm in the funk, like prior to jumping on this podcast, I'm like, I got to do this podcast, not out of like spite, but I said already I'm in pain. Like my back hurts. Like I just want to relax and rest and, take a deep breath and take care of me. But I know that I also have to show up because I want to show up, because I love to show up, because I feel better when I do. So I'm fighting through the pain. And the way that I did that and got myself in the right mindset to take on this podcast episode to show up for you is by changing my physiology. So what I did was, changing your physiology can be shaking and moving your body, right? It could be movement of the body in extreme and powerful ways. It's like Superman stance. It's like pumping your arms up and down. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, it's just like flaming your arms. What I did personally, I listened to some really uplifting music and I shook my body out and I moved it the best that I could. And I did loud claps. And I was like, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. And then I started breathing deeply, powerfully. You do that a couple times and you start to change your physiology and you'll start to change the way that you feel. Changing your physiology changes how you currently feel because, like, for example, oftentimes when I jump on, different meetings or, I'm on with a coaching client, I can tell right away by their body language if they're open to receive me and the coaching, the teaching, the guidance, or if they're closed off and not ready to receive it all. When you are feeling depressed, if I were to, tell you to get into a depressed state, right now, you would change your physiology, you would change your body, you would change your breathing, you would change your eyes, you would change your hands. Your entire physiology would change, right? And so what needs to take place for you if you want to experience this change is you need to change your physiology, because if you were depressed and I told you to get into a depressed state of being, you would slouch your shoulders, your eyes would become like tired and lazy, you would probably look down at your feet. You'd probably just kind of like your mouth would droop a little bit. It'd become like more saddened. You know how to get in that state. Now, what if I told you to get a more alive state, a powerful state, a state of joy? How would you change your body? How would you change your eyes? How would you change your smile, your mouth? How would you change your breathing? You would change dramatically. And so changing your physiology will help you completely transform your state and help you to get out of the funk. So number one, I would recommend do what I did. I listened to some positive, empowering music that got me excited. That got me kind of what I like to call amped. And I started clapping my hands vigorously. I started fist pumping in the sky. I started just like moving my body, shaking it out and breathing deeply and powerfully, and it started to change how I felt, and it got me prepared and well equipped mentally, emotionally, physically to get onto this podcast and show up and give effort and give value and give love. That's big. That's the big tip. Number one is change your physiology. Number two, what can you do to get out of the funk? Well, I think your habits are who you are. You are your habits. So you need to get a routine with empowering habits or rituals. Sometimes I like to call these happiness habits because I know many of us are trying to create a sense of joy and a sense of happiness in our life right now, and we find it difficult because our happiness has felt like it's been stripped away due to the idea that our ex has left us, or we've been divorced, or we lost someone that we loved, and so we feel like if we don't have them around, we can never be happy. So in this specific idea, with this specific timing, what I want you to do is I want you to start asking yourself this simple question. What can I do today? What habit can I instill today that can help me to feel the way that you want to feel? Like, what can I do today that can help me to feel happy? What can I do today that can help me to feel more energized? What can I do today to help me feel more enthusiastic, joyful, alive, loving? Whatever that may be, because your your rituals and your habits oftentimes dictate the quality of your life. If you have poor quality habits, you'll have a poor quality life. If you have a poor quality, ritual, you'll have a poor quality life. No matter what, you've got to change your rituals and you got to change your habits. So some things that I do on a day-to-day basis that I consider to amplify my happiness, my aliveness, and get me out of the funk is, if I want to get myself out of the funk, then one of the things that I do is, once again, I chug a bunch of high quality water. That's a good habit to vitalize my body. I make sure I eat good, light, healthy food. That's a good vitalizing habit. I also like to do jumping jacks. I also like to shake out my body. Once again, that's just a habit that gets me out of my mind and into my body and into a better state. Sometimes I listen to powerful podcasts, YouTube videos, books. Maybe I read, maybe I journal. But you've got to understand that if you're feeling like you're in this consistent funk, then you need to figure out what rituals can you implement into your own life that are empowering, that are going to make you feel the way that you want to feel. That's work that you have to do, not work that I can do for you. I can list out some powerful and empowering rituals and habits, but nonetheless, just get to know yourself. Part of this podcast is a matter of teaching you how to find you and finding time to be with yourself. So I encourage you with number 2, establishing a routine with empowering habits, is spend some time in a journal or on your notepad or on your computer and writing out the answers to this question. What are some empowering habits that I can begin to do to help me feel X, the way that you want to feel? Try that. Give that a go. And then once you have identified them, go do those things. Like, come on, it should be that simple, but sometimes common sense isn't always common practice, right? So on to the number 3. This one I've been doing a lot. This one I've been trying to be more intentional with. And number 3 is about changing your words. Your words hold energy. And ideally, they dictate what you focus on. They dictate how you feel. They dictate your quality of life. Your words are power. So powerful. When you claim something, when you say that you are something, you claim that identity and then you are that. So be careful with what you say. I've been practicing this a lot. I've been saying this to my Bible study. I've been saying this to my wife, to my family. I'm like, listen, I swear a lot, especially when I have and it's not a bad thing, like as in the essence of like, I don't do it out of being vulgar or being rude or being hurtful. It's just out of fun. Like if I'm on video games or if I'm hanging out with my friends or whatever, we're having a good time, like it just comes out like, nothing crazy, but still we all do it, right? And I'm just trying to be more intentional with cleaning up my language. And when I clean up my words, I feel clean. Try it out. You have to test it for yourself, but it's something that I've been experiencing personally right now today. When I change my words, when I say that instead of like when I feel lazy, I'm like, oh, I feel lazy, I feel stressed, I feel overwhelmed, anxious, tired, whatever. Instead of saying that I feel lazy, I just say I'm feeling reserved. I'm reserving energy right now. I'm not being lazy. I am reserving energy so that I can have that energy for later to produce better. Does that make sense? So change your words, make it simple, replacing some negative words with some words that are encouraging, uplifting, and have a positive feeling toward them, right? So that's something else that you have to do alone. Identify what words do you use on a regular basis that cause you to feel emotionally drained. Change out those words so that you can get out of the funk. So instead of saying like, I just feel like I can't move, I'm stuck in the mud. Change that mentality and say, I feel like I am as light as a kite and I can just be as flexible, as a rainbow. Whatever, I don't know. Just changing up your words can help you change the way that you feel and get you out of the funk. So instead of continuously claiming that you're depressed, that you're alone, that you're, not feeling good, yada, 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 what you need to do instead is you need to focus in on changing your words to equip yourself with a more powerful and better quality of life. Okay, lastly, number 4. This is the 4th big idea that I've been doing on a day-to-day basis that has helped me to feel much better and equip myself with a greater sense of peace. Is probably the easiest way that I can put it. And that is number 4, you have to get offline. You have to get offline. This is what I oftentimes call disconnect in order to reconnect with yourself. Sometimes you have to disconnect from the news, from your phone, from social media, from whatever your current distraction is, video games, Netflix, alcohol, sex, porn, whatever it is, right? You've got to disconnect. You got to get offline. You've got to disconnect in order for you to reconnect. You see, sometimes when we are tuned in to the outer world of Netflix and our phones, and is everything okay? My mic just did something weird. So anyway, when you connect with your phones and your Netflix and everything in between, ideally it's absorbing and taking your energy away from you. It's putting you in a lower quality state of being. You probably oftentimes feel more lazy than you do energized after a Netflix series. You often probably times feel drained and fatigued and like you can't focus after you just spent 35 minutes on, Instagram or TikTok or whatever it may be. So what I need you to do is every time that you want to pick up your phone, pause and take like 15 seconds for yourself to just stay offline. Just be at peace for 15 seconds. Sometimes that 15 seconds is all you need to feel rejuvenated and feel better. So listen, those are the 4 big ideas that I wanted to share with you. Number 1 is change your physiology. Number 2 is get yourself into empowering habits. Number 3 is change your words because they'll change your life. And number 4 is all about getting offline. Disconnect in order to reconnect with yourself. Find things that you can actually do during your time of loneliness or feeling of separation that can empower you, that can heal you, and that can help you to find and cultivate a beautiful future. Those are the 4 big ideas that I hopefully can help you get unstuck, because these are the 4 things that I do that I believe in that can truly help you. So give them a try. And nonetheless, if you know someone that is dealing with a difficult time, or if you've enjoyed this episode on the Happy Heart Academy podcast or on the YouTube video, channel, be sure to subscribe, or wherever you're at, whether it's YouTube or on the podcast app, subscribe, and be sure to share this out to 1, 2, or 3 of your friends, because ideally we need to be the dealer of hope in the time of turmoil, struggle, chaos, and overwhelm. Listen, you can be the light and the hope. You can give what you want because you already are what you need to be for yourself. Listen, my name is Tyler Joe Stratton. I am your heartbreak recovery coach, and I hope that this podcast episode serves you well.